as our Lord and our Savior, our friend. He loves us, and boy, I'll tell you what, can't beat that. I want to turn to Proverbs, if you want to read with me in the scripture. I'm not going to read a lot tonight, but I'm going to read a verse or two, about 2 verses in Proverbs, chapter 25. And preached this message years ago here. My wife really liked it. I'm not preaching for her, but I don't preach it for God, leaving it on my heart. She said, well, I can't preach it. I don't have it. And I don't get it. I have to get it. I can preach the same message over. I thought about Pete, and I thought, I'll let Pete preach what he preached out there. But it's hard to preach it again right after you've done got everything out of it and give it up. I thought, well, maybe he let him preach tonight. And he just, but again, I know how that is. It's hard to preach the message back to back, the same message. But again, anyway, we do preach it. I had a good conversation this morning, and of course, nothing I had preached is new, and that's what me and the brother talked about. I said, no, I don't have any new message. Everything I know is right in here. That's right. And everybody's already preached it. It's just a matter of how you preach it. But anyway, we had a good fellowship after church this morning, and had a good meal, and enjoyed that. And I got to talk to the Turpin family. You know, Teresa, she sings for us every now and then, and her mother, Nora, and they think, where will you be? And but anyway, they're thinking about joining our church. They want to join our church. David, they're going to do it sometime. And the doors of our church are always open. We accept, people, other churches will move the membership, or if they've got a letter somewhere, we receive it or take it, accept it. Or if they get saved, we baptize them into the church. But again, be praying for them. I really enjoy talking with them, and you find out a lot of things, and they shared a lot of things with me this morning. So anyway, I think you'll see them one day here join the church. And but anyway, let's read together out of Proverbs 25, verse 1 and 2. These are also Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah, king of Judah, copied out. It is the glory of God to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out the matter. And when I thought about that, I just thought about that concealed. We got things going on in Kentucky. You can get a concealed carry permit to carry a gun. You can hide your gun on you. Now they've changed it. You can just anybody carry a gun they want to. You can always carry one open. You couldn't carry it concealed without a permit. But now you can carry it in Kentucky if you conceal it. And of course, a lot of people, you just put it on your side and walk down the street with it. But again, I thought about that concealed. And it says here, it's the glory of God. I love that. It's the glory of God to conceal a thing. He gets glory out of hiding something from you, then letting you see it all of a sudden, revealing it to you. So when you think about that, I want you to think about this message, because it's the glory of God. We always want to give a gift to someone, and sometimes we want to wrap it up. And I know I've seen people take a little diamond ring, and it's worth a lot of money, a little bitty box, and they wrap it up, and put it in another box, and wrap it up, and put it in another box. And when you get a great big box, well, then you start tearing it open, and you don't know what's in it. You keep going down, down, down. All of a sudden, you find this last little box, but in it's that diamond you always wanted. That diamond that you said, oh, I'd love to have that. And the husband does everything he can to get it, and wrap it up, and hide it from you. Or even at Christmas time, when we get all these packages, we put them under a tree, we wrap them up, and boy, the kids are going to hold them and shake them, and I wonder what's in there. They're trying to find out what's in it, but it's concealed because you don't want them to see it till a certain time. So God has concealed a lot from us. It's His glory to keep it hid from us. But one of these days, He's going to reveal it all. I mean, there will be nothing hid from you. It'll all be exposed, and thank God for that, because as I thought about this message, I think we need to be looking more at the positive things rather than the negative things. Sometimes I look too much at the negative things, and my wife will, you don't know anything about that. Look at the good side. Well, yeah, you look at the good side. There's good sides and bad sides. But anyway, when I got to study on this message years ago, I got to thinking about how God seals up the troubles and how He hides these things, because it's just like Jesus. What a blessing! What a blessing! Because it had been prophesied by Isaiah that God was going to send a woman, a virgin, that's going to have a baby who would be the Christ, the Son of God, the King of Israel. It was told But again, no one didn't know until one day. One day, God had Gabriel, the angel that's right by his side, come down and talk to Mary. She was highly favored among women. And he revealed to her, you're going to have a baby. And she said, how can this be? I mean, I don't even know. I've never known a man. She never had a relationship. She was a virgin. No man ever touched her. He said, yeah, but God's chosen you. You're highly favored. Why? God only knows why he chose her. But he chose Mary, this little virgin girl. And but he concealed it from everybody. Nobody knew who it was going to be until Gabriel told her. And then, when I think about how that Joseph had to get that news, I thought about that. I said, man, what a shock. I mean, it'd be hard to imagine in our thinking, if you didn't really believe and trust in God, that dating her, of course, they were espoused or engaged. We call it engagement today, but when they were espoused, it was like a ceremony. They went together and decided, hey, we're going to be husband and wife one day, and they filled out different things, and so they were going to commit to each other that one of these days we'll get married, we'll be husband and wife. And again, they were in that process. They were having a relation, not no sexual relation, but they had a friendship relation, and they were committed to marry one another one day. And of course, God interrupted that thing for a little while. He sent the Gabriel and said, you're going to have a child. You're going to have my son. And only God can do this, but God was so miraculous that he caused her to be with a child from the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit of God entered into her and caused her to have this baby Jesus. Isn't that something? It's a miracle. It's impossible with man, but not with God.
Amen.
It's impossible for anybody else to do that, but only God can do the impossible. He can do what no one else can do. And so there he planted that little seed and fertilized it, and all of a sudden that little baby started growing. Developed that heartbeat, then started developing the fingers and the toes and the hands and the head and everything else. It's just a miracle that birth is. It's a miracle. Even animals, but even humans, is an amazing thing to me. It's such an amazing birth. So here, God concealed it, but he did tell one of his priests there at the temple, son, you're going to be living one day when I let my child Jesus come, the Christ, the Savior. You're going to be living. You're going to see him. And of course, his job was to take these little boys and circumcise them. And all of them had to be circumcised. That was a covenant God gave Abraham, and they carried that covenant out. And so they had to be circumcised. Now, they do it regularly, but it had to do it within 8 days, be circumcised within 8 days. And so Simeon had no doubt, he don't know how many little boys he'd seen. And they'd come in and hand the little boy to him, and he'd take him and maybe take him and get the skin back and cut it off and patch it up and go on. He'd seen so many little boys. But one day, Amen. God had concealed all the little baby boys he'd touched and he'd handled. But one day, God come through. Boy, he comes through. Always does, always will.
Amen.
But we just don't know when and how sometimes. But all of a sudden, when Simeon received that little boy, Jesus, he looked up to God. Let thy servant depart in peace. Now, for mine eyes have seen thy salvation. Amen. I can go now. That was my job. That was my call. And now I beheld your son, God. I beheld. I can now leave here in peace now because it's fulfilled. So God got glory out of revealing his son to Simeon. Kept it hid from all the other boys, but all of a sudden now he reveals it. And I was thinking about how God through time, how he really does things. We get so negative sometimes. We need to be looking more at the positive side of life sometimes rather than the negative side. And it reminded me of a little story I told you here years ago. But there was two little boys, and they took these little boys and put them in a room. And they put this one boy in a room and had all kinds of toys. I mean, you name it, he had. He had a little truck, a little car, whistles, hammers. He had all of it. He had all kinds of toys. And he could do anything he wanted to. And of course, they put this other boy in another room, and all the thing they had in there was a pile of manure. Just a pile of manure on the floor. And this other little boy had all the toys. He'd grab one and start playing with it. He'd play with it about 2 or 3 minutes, and he'd find something else and grab it and start playing until he throw it down. That's what they do at Christmas. You notice that? Our children just get something, and then I want to see what else I got. And they just keep going from things, trying to find what else you got them. And so this little boy went through all these different things. He's just sitting there all down and out, nothing to play with. He had all these toys and all these gadgets, but nothing to play with. And they looked in on the other boy where that pile of manure was, and he was in there with his hand digging in that manure, and he was pulling it and throwing it every which way. And they said, "What are you doing?" He said, "With all this manure, there's got to be a pony in here." Do you look at the positive or the negative? What do you look at? The positive or the negative? See, we look at the negative if we're not careful, and we look at the positive. That little boy was positive. He said, "There's got to be a pony in here with all this manure." And so, what do you look at? What do you think about, when you think about these things? So, when I think about God and what He's done for us through His Word, I could not help but think about some of them, the way they do it. But see, God, I actually titled this message, God's Wrapping Paper. So God wraps it up, see, and He don't reveal it to us till He gets ready. You don't know what God's going to do. See, I never believed, dreamed that God ever called me to preach. That was far from my mind. I had no desire, no dream, or no desire for that thing. But again, after I got saved, He revealed to me that He was wanting me to preach. And I thought, well, that's hard decision. I don't know if I can. I don't know what you want me to do. And so that's been over 40-some years now. And again, I still need improvement. But again, when I think about some of these stories in the Bible, I think about how that God done different things. Can you imagine how that Moses must have felt? I thought about Moses when he went down to Egypt, and he had to tell the people that God had sent him, and we're leaving here. We're all going to leave here. And boy, how are we going to get out of here? Pharaoh wasn't going to let them go. And so finally, they all got ready, and God had it hid from them. And they didn't know how they could come out here to this big, huge Red Sea, and no boats, no inner tubes, no floats, and that thing's a long ways across. And God, they got to what we're going to do now. And look behind them, and there was a cloud of dust, horses running, the chariots and the horses with the army of Pharaoh coming to get them, to take them back, to keep them from leaving. And here they face this big Red Sea. So it was concealed. And He told Moses, "Take that rod I give you and stretch it out." He stretched it out. The wind started blowing. Blowed and blowed and blowed and blowed and blowed, and just blow the water apart. Blowed it apart, separated it. I don't know how wide it was. I don't know how deep it was. But it was a sea, pretty deep, pretty wide, to get all them people through that. And boy, if He opened it up, they started through. See, God had it concealed. And all of a sudden now He reveals it. It's the glory of God to conceal it, keep it from what you will know. So you don't know what God will do for you tomorrow. You know that? You have no clue. You don't even know what may fall tomorrow. It may be something that you've never dreamt of, never thought of. God, I got something for you, and I'm going to reveal it to you, but I get glory out of hiding it, wrapping it up so you don't know what's in it, then I'll let you tear that paper off tomorrow. So you don't know what God's going to do. But when Moses stretched out that rod and that waves went back, walls of water on both sides, they walked through on dry ground. I mean, the water, you take a pump water out of a creek or out of an ocean, the ground's going to be wet. It's going to be sloppy wet probably, but they went through on dry ground, all of them. And here come the Egyptians, and they had all the horses and chariots. And I've got a book that I got to give me on the Pastor Appreciation Day. A fellow gave me a book. And it's got pictures where they went down the diver's house in that area, and got pictures of the chariots wheels, and got pictures of different things that the soldiers had. They still was there. This has not been too long ago. But they went down and filmed all that on the bottom. But all that God did when they got on the other side, Moses stretched that rod back out, and here the water came, covered them all back up, drowned the whole Egyptian army. Isn't that something? God concealed that though, but then He got glory, praise God, out of revealing it to the people. Look what I can do. I can part the sea. And then I thought about old Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Boy, they weren't going to bow down to the king. They did not so. We serve our God, our Lord. He's able, if He wants to, deliver us. If He don't, well, don't you know, we're still not going to bow down to your music and your gods. We're not going to bow down. And boy, He's the king up mad. He got mad. He got hot. Oh, he said, boy, they're going to talk to me. I'm the king. Don't talk to me like that. He said, heat that furnace up. Get it 7 times hotter than it's ever been. Boy, they go to wood tour. I mean, they go to wood tour, and the flames and the heat, it got 7 times hotter than it's ever been. He said, now throw them rascals in there. Boy, they bound them up. So they tied them up so they couldn't move like a cord of wood. Just put their arms down the side and tied them with a rope and picked them up like a log and walked over there. Them big old soldiers did. And it's hot. They couldn't understand it. So they threw them in there and got back out of the way because it was too hot for them to even get close to it. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego went into that furnace of fire. And boy, the king was smiling and he looked in there. He wanted to look down there and see how they was doing, how it burning. And when he looked down there, he said, hey, oh, did we throw 3 in our bound? He said, I see 4 loose walking about. And the 4th one looked like the Son of Man. Looked like Jesus Christ. How did he get in there? How did he, he said, I'll be with you. I'll be with you in the flood. I'll be with you in the fire. I'll be with you whatever goes through in your life. I'm right there with you. So you can have a little talk with Jesus anytime about whatever's going on in your life. You say, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to handle this. This don't seem right. This don't act right. So I need to talk to you, Lord, about this. So you can have a little talk with Jesus. I've talked to him all week. I just really been talking to him and praying and asking to help us. So you just think about how God reveals those things, how he hides these things. And even Daniel, I thought of Daniel as he was cast into that lion's den. I mean, these were ferocious, big lion beasts. I mean, they could tear you apart just in a heartbeat. Their big old claws and then big old teeth. I mean, they were hungry. And that's how they were tormented some of the people. The enemies would just throw them in the lion den and watch the lion just tear them apart, piece by piece, eat them completely up. But, boy, I tell you what, God had it concealed. Now, the king thought, well, he'll devour him pretty quick. But he got thinking about old Daniel. He got up there looking for Daniel. Hey, Daniel, yeah, I'm okay, king. Don't worry about it. The Lord, he said to Daniel, they just closed the mouth of the lion. Isn't God something? I mean, he gets glory out of hiding something and then revealing it to you. You open it up and you see, look what God's done. Look what he's done for us. Look how he can do things. It's amazing what he can do for you. So you need to really understand that he gets a blessing. God gets a blessing out of sealing and hiding these things from us. Because the Bible talks about this wonderful gift of God. This, Paul mentioned in 2 Corinthians 9:15, thanks be unto God for his unspeakable gift. You can't describe this gift. I mean, you can't find words to describe God giving his Son for a sinful bunch of people. You can't find words. It's unspeakable how he loved us so much that he let his Son be cast on that old rugged cross. Because we preached about this morning how he bled and died on that cross. But see, God had that hid, and then he reveals it to us. I mean, here he is. He's got Jesus in the tomb. And all of a sudden, he's concealed in there. Dead. We got him. He's dead now. Yeah, we put the spirit aside. The blood came out. He's dead as he can be. And they put him in there and concealed it. They put a rock over it and put a seal on it. And boy, put 2 guards on it. And I'll tell you what. And then God let them open up the thing. Let them roll the rock away. Probably an angel come and just rolled it back. And they got to go in. Because God revealed it to them. He said, look here. They thought they had him. He's not dead. He's alive. And he's alive forevermore. He said, because I live, you live also. So God hides things, conceals things from us like we do sometimes. We get such a blessing and wrapping something up and putting it in a little box. And we know that little baby, boy or girl, that little child, they just wonder, they want something. They wonder if that's what you got of them. And they just can't wait to get into it. And all of a sudden, they start tearing that paper, get that box, and boy, a smile comes on their face. They get to see what you got them. And boy, you enjoyed concealing it, but boy, you enjoyed when you let them see it. When they finally got to see it. Well, God is the same way. He conceals it, but then he reveals it. So thank God for his word. Look at his word, how he revealed everything from beginning to the end. Even before the foundation of the world, he told us about before the world ever was. Jesus stood there as a lamb slain before the foundation of the world. Wasn't even a world, wasn't nobody, wasn't nothing. But God said, I'm going to let my son be born of a virgin, go down there, live among them, eat, get hungry, get tired, get weary, and I'm going to let him go and die on the cross. See, God did all this because he gets glory out of that. He gets glory out of doing these things, hiding things, and all of a sudden it's revealed to us. So you thank God for those things that he's done. I even thought about Joseph. You know, it's amazing when Joseph, one of the 12 patriarchs of Jacob there, he was a young one. And of course, he was born in his old age. And the father loved him. You know, you can't help that. I mean, I think the older we get, I think there's more love for little babies. I can't help but love little babies. That thing, they just in our sleep. This peaceful, so beautiful. And I thought of Joseph, how he was born, and of course the father loved him. He had him in his old age. When you get too old, you don't know if you're going to produce anymore or not. But boy, here he brought Joseph. And he's special. He was special. Other brothers kind of jealous of him a little bit. He's the baby, he gets all the attention. And Joseph, his father, they loved him so much, he made him a special coat. And they had them robes, you know, they put them robes around it. He made him one different colors, different stripes. Boy, it stood out. Ain't nobody got a robe like that. The father took a lot of pain and effort to make this robe and put it on Joseph. And boy, his brothers didn't like that. They were jealous. Have you ever been jealous of your brothers and sisters? Literal brothers and sisters in a family. I've seen it happen. And we used to think, in my family, we got 5 of us. I got an older brother, he's dead now. I got 3 sisters still living, and 2 of them older than I am. One of them's younger than me. But again, we used to think that they loved our brother better than they loved us. They just see, because he was the oldest one. It seemed like he got all the attention, get everything, and we'd wait to try to get to grow up. But again, when I thought about Joseph, how that he had that dream. God is amazing. He said, I'm going to show you something, Joseph, and let him have a dream. And in his dream, you know, they go out in the fields and cut the sheaves and everything, and they bundle them up and carry them in. But again, Joseph had this dream that all of them sheaves, whether it's working, even his mom and dad and all of his brothers, all of their sheaves bowed to his sheaves. In other words, saying, you know, how many one of these days you have to bow down before me? Oh man, they didn't like that at all. They didn't bow down for you. You're the baby brother. We older than you. We know more than you. We're going to bow down to you. Oh, but God concealed it, didn't he? He told him it was going to happen. Showed Joseph it was going to happen. But then, one day, the brothers all out there had to move the sheep around. And the dad said, you go out there and check on your brothers and see how they're doing. And he went there, because he couldn't find where they thought he was. Somebody said, well, they went over in this other country. And so he went over there, and they saw him coming. Couldn't miss that big, bright, nice coat. Here he comes across that field, just I'll be happy as he could be. And they said, there he comes. Boy, they plotted together. His own brothers plotted together. Let's just take him and kill him. We didn't kill him. We'll take him and we'll rip that garment off of him, that little pretty coat he likes so much. We'll rip it off of him. We'll kill an animal. We'll put some blood on it. We'll tell Daddy that animal must have got him. We found this beautiful coat you made. Parts of it's been torn up now, but the animal must have got him. Must eat him up. We'll tell him that. Then old Judas said, no, boys, let's not do that. He's our brother. He's our flesh and blood. Let's not do that. That'd be wrong. He said, see that caravan? Let's sell them to that caravan. They're going down to Egypt. We'll sell them to them. They're looking for slaves down there. They're trying to build Egypt up. So they sold him. Judas sold Jesus, didn't he? 30 pieces of silver. They sold Joseph. Sold Joseph to that caravan. They took him down to Egypt down there. And of course, well, he had a life. What a life he had. He got in prison there. As you all know the story, you've heard it many times. There's a little boy and girl, you've already heard it. But again, I thought about when he was talking to the butler, and he was interpreting dreams. He could interpret dreams. He had dreams, but he was able to interpret dreams. And so he got this one fellow out of prison, and he told me that you tell Pharaoh what I've done. And of course, he forgot it. It's amazing how people say, I remember you. They didn't remember. He forgot it. He got out of that prison, and he forgot all about Joseph still being in prison. He's supposed to go tell Pharaoh about him. And of course, God brings things about, don't he? He caused the Pharaoh to have a dream, and he didn't understand it. It didn't bother him. He couldn't stand it. And he said, well, I'd like to understand it. Why would like somebody tell me what this dream means? And he said, oh, I forgot. A friend I was in jail with out there, I was in prison with him, he could interpret dreams, named Joseph. Yeah, the sin for him. And boy, he told me about them fat cows and them skinny cows and And Joseph said, I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be 7 years of plenty. You're going to have 7 years of plenty, a lot of corn. You're going to grow more corn than you know what to do with it. But then there's going to be 7 years of bad. Do you know that bad times come sometimes? Right. The good times in life, but the bad times come. Bad news comes. And so the bad times were going to come. And so Joseph told him what was going to happen. So man, he promoted him. And of course, well, he had to go through so much. Promoted him, and of course, the Potiphar there, he had a beautiful wife. I'm sure she was a beautiful woman. And he had to go out to battle and go to battle sometimes and take care of the men. And Joseph was taking care of the house. He was a great caretaker. He was looking after the house. But the husband's wife was there, and she was lonely, and the husband in the battle, and she needed attention. And Joseph, I believe, is a strong, handsome young man. I really do. Boy, she got to lusting after him. She got to wound him. And she tried to get him to lay with her, and he wouldn't do it. He said, I got my father that way. I can't do my Lord that way. I can't do that. Boy, he's there, and she grabbed hold of him. She said, I just jerk his jacket off. I'll jerk his clothes off, and I'll show him. There's a commercial on TV, I don't know if you've seen it or not. They have done some kind of hot stuff, I think. But anyway, this man comes in the door, and of course she starts jerking the clothes off and grabs him, and he jerks his off, and you're like, well, they're going to hit the bed, but they're going to eat. But I thought about Joseph. I thought about, man, look how she grabbed his garment, pulled it off, and he ran. He ran. He I can't do that. No. See, we need to run sometimes. We need to say, no. I can't go there. I can't do that. You know, I told you the other day, a thought turns into action. You start thinking and dwelling on something about somebody or something, you keep it up in your head, it'll turn into action. You'll make a compliment. You'll make a statement. You'll flirt, or you'll do something else. You better watch them thoughts. You better get them right on through. If they come in there, you better run it on out. If you think on it long enough, you're going to tempt yourself to do it. You say, well, I'd like to flirt with him, or I wish he'd flirt with me, or I wish this had happened. It's unreal what we see in life, in real life, it really is. And so here, Joseph was put in prison again. It's amazing how what he had to suffer and go through. But one day, the king put him in the right position. Make him everything. Give him reign, give him the authority, give him the power. He was in charge of everything. Man, he said, what we're going to do, we're going to store this corn up. We got plenty of corn now. We're not going to waste it. We're going to store it up because they're going to come a bad time. You might have a good time right now and say, well, I got a little money. Well, someone's come along and take it, you ain't careful. You think you got it, until somebody come along or something come along, and your money's gone now. And so we store this corn up, and then when the bad times come, we'll be able to ration it back out. We can still feed people. Isn't God something else how he hid this thing, he concealed it, now he's revealing it to us in his word, what took place. They didn't know at that time, but now we're looking back, reading the stories and seeing what God has done, how that he helped Joseph, and how that Joseph's dream come true. It come true. Because you know these brothers went down there to visit to get some corn. They didn't have no corn, big famine hit like he said. They went over there to get no corn. They got corn in Egypt. Well, you guys go down there and get some. And of course, realized that Joseph didn't know that Joseph's brother was in charge. And of course, they done some things, you know the story, but they got their corn, and he put some stuff in their bag, and the bags of corn, and they discovered it and made him come back, and he imprisoned him. And then, of course, he had another brother, Benjamin, and he never had seen him, and he asked how his father's doing, and they told, you know, some different things. But anyway, they had to finally go back, and Joseph was able to talk to them and show them some things. And boy, they didn't realize it was their brother. They didn't realize the one they sold in slavery. Here he is now in royalty. Got all these things in charge, and now that they don't know it. So he's a king. He's like a king. He got a ring. He got authority. He's like the king. He's second in command. He's like vice president. And so they had to bow down. He said, I want you to bring your dad. Well, he's old. Bring your young brother here. And so anyway, long story short, the dream come true. They had to bow down to Joseph because God said they would. So God concealed some things Then he reveals some things. But it's the glory of God to conceal a thing, he said. That's what the proverb said. He gets glory out of hiding this, and then he can reveal it. And you get glory out of hiding something, and then reveal it to your children, your husband, your wife. You know what she wants and what she's been wanting, and you can't wait to get it, and all of a sudden you get it, and then you pop it, and so there it is. That's what you wanted. Boy, it's amazing when those things happen. But anyway, when I thought about the glory of God to conceal this thing, because Mary had this baby Jesus. I thought about Job, how what he had to go through. And I thought about Lazarus, what he had to go through. And I thought about the blind man who was born blind. It is amazing. God let him be blind. In John chapter 9, he was blind and couldn't see, blind from his birth. And then all of a sudden, Jesus gave him his sight. He healed him. He put clay, spit, put it on his eyes as they go to the pool salon and wash. He did to come back seeing. Isn't it amazing how God gave him sight just like that? Just like that. God got glory out of this. Because they asked in John chapter 9, because back in the Old Testament days, if you sin, it would pass down. Your sin would cause 4 generations. It passed all down through 4 generations. Because you sinned, God would put that on your family down 4 generations. And they asked Jesus in John 9, who sinned, this man or his parents? And you said, neither. Isn't he what I'm saying? This was done for the glory of God. Amen. God gets glory out of this. God's going to open his eyes, and God will get the glory out of it. See, God gets glory out of concealing something. And God got glory out of giving this man blindness, then opening his eyes so he could see. Isn't God good? Amen. See, you think you got problems sometimes, you don't know what's going on, and God's got it hid, and all of a sudden, poof, something pops out, blows out, and you see what God's done. He reveals it to you. But he gets glory sometimes of just hiding something else and then revealing things to us. So this wonderful gift that he gives, this unspeakable gift, thanks be unto God for his unspeakable gift. Jesus Christ was that unspeakable gift that God gave to us, gave to this world. Here's my son who died for your sins, paid your sin debt. So you need to be thanking God tonight because of what he's done for you, because of what he's done for me. But I think about so many of those people. Remember the Apostle Paul, he was stoned to death. They took him out there in Acts 14. They took him out and stoned him to death. That was how they kill people a lot of times. Remember Stephen, he was stoned to death. And of course, Paul, at that time, his name was Saul, and he was standing there when they were going to stone Stephen to death. He was standing there with that group of men that had the rocks, and he watched their clothes, their coats. They had to take their coats off, and they won't lose their coat or jacket. So he kind of watched their coats while they laid them off, and he watched them stone Stephen to death. He probably didn't see the heavens open, and Jesus standing. When Jesus took notice, he looked down and he seen what's going on. And he took notice of that. But Paul was stoned to death too. He was stoned. I believe he was dead. I really do. I believe somebody thought he just knocked him out. But I don't have no say so except I believe he was dead. But they stoned him. They know when he was dead. They stoned him to death. And he died. Now some theologians, and I don't know, I just say some, I read different stuff. Some theologians think that might be when Paul had that out-of-body experience. He said, I don't know whether it's in the body and spirit. God knows, I don't know. But I know such a man 14 years ago was caught up to heaven, even the third heaven, even to paradise, heard and saw things that's unlawful for me to tell you. It's amazing how God let that stoning of Paul take place after he was saved and preaching the gospel. They stoned him to death, and now he goes all the way up to heaven, to the third heaven, even to paradise, saw and heard things that he can't tell us. He told us a lot of things. I'm going to show you a mystery. God revealed some things to me. We're not all going to die, but we're all going to be changed in a moment between lives. They didn't know that. Everybody had to die. No, he said some of you live and be alive, walk around and found, be changes like that. That might be you. Might be tonight. Might be tomorrow. Who knows? Only God. But he gets glory out of hiding this stuff and then reveal it to you. So that's the message tonight.